Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video I'm taking a look at the Morimoto XB LED taillights with black housings and clear lenses fitting 2015 to 2020 F-150s. If you're looking for the ultimate lighting upgrade to your F-150, you gotta give these a shot. With a hugely impressive lighting output, cool modern styling, and total plug-and-play integration, these might just be about the coolest taillights out there. Now, my bias might be showing here, but I am a big fan of Morimoto's offerings, especially the XB series. They're always impressive whenever I get to check one out. From the quality of the lighting output to the design, they're always something that I look forward to. Now, it's really easy to spend a lot of money on aftermarket lights, but it's hard to find ones that are gonna look and perform well for your money. But that's exactly why I like these. And yet again, Morimoto hits it out of the park. Now the look here is pretty sweet. Now of course, styling is subjective, and if you prefer something a bit more OEM-like or on the subtle side, there is a version of these with red lenses too. But with the black internal housings and the clear lenses on these ones in particular, they are truly something to behold. There's almost a jewel light quality to them, and they look a little bit like an OEM type offering. And that's thanks mostly to these internal optics. You get these large light bars around the outside and through this center section here. Those are gonna function as your running light. They make a big statement when they're lit up too. It's a nice cool red type of color. Moving towards the inside, you've got three blade-like LEDs that make up your brake and turn signal lights. Now, needless to say, these are super bright and they give off a really intense red light. Now, all of this is more than enough to get your truck noticed, and that's to say nothing of the reverse lights. Yes, those are LEDs as well, and they have a really bright, intense white light to them. So you'll be able to see and be seen much more easily out on the street or on the trail. Now, it's nice to see that Morimoto put some thought into the reverse lights. Many other manufacturers don't do that and just make you bring over your stock bulbs. So obviously the light output and style here are a huge improvement. But there's something else that I want to touch on. Good news, if your truck has the blind spot monitoring system, these are gonna work for you and keep that system functioning as it was intended from the factory. Now, you are gonna have to swap over the module from your stock lights to these ones to make sure everything works, but that's just a couple of plugs and then you're done. These are already set up for you to do that. Now, these are gonna plug and play right out of the box with any of your factory lighting setups, so it's an easy solution whether you've got the halogens or the stock LEDs on your truck. And to top it off, they're also DOT and SAE approved, making them fully street legal, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about in that regard either. The XB series are some of the best lights out there, and it's not just because of the look, but mostly because of the way that they are put together. Now, as soon as you take these out of the box, you can tell how nicely they're made. The housing is a strong ABS plastic, and the lens is this nice kind of clear, almost smoky type of color. It's a UV coated polycarbonate, so these are gonna be durable and continue to look good for years to come. Now, those lenses aren't gonna crack or fade in the sunlight, and the whole assembly is IP67 waterproof rated too, so you're not gonna have issues with water or dirt getting into the housings. On the back, you find all of your requisite plugs and the needed resistor here too, so everything comes pretty much ready to go, short of having to plug a few things in, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. The inside, the LEDs we were talking about are all SSC LEDs, so they're high quality through and through. They give you nice bright lighting output and a long lifespan. All of that is good news because pricing comes in at about $650. Now that does put them towards the top end or the premium end of the spectrum. But as with most things, you're gonna get what you pay for, and you really are getting a lot for your money here. These plug right in and they just work. There's no hyper flashing, no other issues really to deal with. So there's really nothing to sacrifice outside of paying for it and maybe taking a little time to get them installed. Speaking of which, installation is gonna get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you about an hour to complete. Now, we're building in a little bit of extra time there for those of you who do have that blind spot monitoring system, because like we talked about a few moments ago, you are gonna have to swap those modules over. But otherwise, this is a total plug and play operation, and it's gonna come with all the connectors that you need. So you just gotta pick the one that's right for your truck, plug it in, get everything connected up, and you're ready to go. Now again, if you're not swapping over those blind spot modules, this might take you a little bit less time, but regardless, still gonna be a pretty simple process. And to show you that process now, let's head on out to the shop.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet and an 8mm socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of taillights on our F-150, so let's get started. So to remove our factory taillights, we have these two 8mm screws that will take an 8mm socket to remove. And then we can pull back on our taillight. and push in the tab on our connector to remove it. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. So now we're ready to install our new taillights. Now these are universal for a couple different applications. So you can see that our two connectors are different. So we're gonna be using one of the adapter harnesses that are included. This is for the 18 to 20 halogen taillights. So we'll plug this in. We'll push our red locking tab in. And then we can connect our gray connector. And then finally the connector that matches our body harness. And then we can slide this into place. And then we'll just take our two 8mm screws and thread those into our holes. And then we'll take our 8mm socket and tighten these down. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Morimoto XB LED taillights with black housing and clear lens for your 2015 to 20 F-150. Thank you for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.